We are monitoring your first alert traffic. You're going to want to pack your patience as you head out this afternoon and pack your ponchos. That's what this guy says, because the wet weather is going to be with us for a little longer. This video taken on Main Street today in your capital city, right in the heart of downtown Columbia. And lots of wet weather, Ben Tanner,
yes,
as we head midweek.
Well, do you recall, Dondi, a few weeks back when everybody was complaining about the lack of rain? Do you remember the entire 2 months where everybody was complaining about the lack of rain? So we turn the page. Here's your forecast. Yeah, drizzle tonight. Rain chance, it's going to vary between 20, 30, 40% for most of the evening. Temperature's pretty steady. We have low pressure to our west. Another cold front that is back in the Midwest, and the heavier rain that Dondi was referencing has now made it east of Columbia, pretty much east of the Midlands, and headed up into the Outer Banks of North Carolina. We do have another band of showers to our south and west, and we have more trying to fill in the gaps here once you get between Athens, Atlanta, and Macon. How much rain have you had, Dondi? I don't know. I didn't ask you, but I can tell you we've had an inch in Lexington at Metro, 9,700ths at Hamilton Owens Field, and all day long the visibility has been reduced. That's still the case between 2 and 5 miles. Temperatures again near 50 degrees. And here's your forecast tonight. Do take an umbrella, and as Dondi said, pack your patience. A low of 48 in town. Morning showers tomorrow. I'm holding my breath. I think we're going to get a little bit of sun in the afternoon on Wednesday, and then it starts to clear out Thursday into Friday with more rain in your weekend forecast. So if you have a Christmas party, a holiday party you're going to this weekend, keep that in mind. We'll try to talk details about the timing of the weekend rain, still several days out, and have a look at traffic coming up. Dondi, what's in the news?
All right, thanks so much. We'll stay on top of the weather by downloading the First Alert Weather app. It is free. Just search WIS Weather in your mobile phone's app store. Today, another suspect is facing murder charges in the brutal deaths of 4 people in Holly Hill. In July 2015, teenage sisters Tamara Perry and Shamika Sanders and Crystal Hutto and Jerome Butler were shot and killed inside a home on Old State Road in Orangeburg County. An 8-year-old also was shot but survived. Today, we learned that 35-year-old Joseph Luther Smith from Utahville was arrested and charged with 4 counts of murder, 1 count of attempted murder, and burglary. Smith is the 4th suspect charged in connection to the killings. Investigators say the motive centers on drugs and a botched burglary attempt. And Smith appeared in court today, and our Jack Kinsey was there. Jack joins us live from the Orangeburg County Sheriff's Office to bring us up to speed on this. Jack?
Ladies, the wounding of that 8-year-old boy and the murders of those 4 people really shocked the Orangeburg area community and, in fact, the state back in July of 2015. The investigation, as we noted, produced multiple arrests. Not all of those suspects have been charged with murder, but today 1 additional name was added to the list of alleged killers. He is identified as 35-year-old Joseph Luther Smith of Utahville, along with 3 others accused in this investigation, accused of the killings of sisters Tamara Perry and Shamika Sanders, along with the deaths of adults Crystal Hutto and Jerome Butler in that home invasion, during which those 4 victims were shot in the head, execution style. That 5th victim, 8-year-old Dreams Nelson, did survive. Now, before Smith appeared this afternoon for his arraignment here in Orangeburg, which only lasted just a few minutes, Sheriff Leroy Ravenel spoke to reporters about his department's commitment to staying on this case despite the passage of more than 500 days since the shootings.
With this being the holidays, I wish that I could go to each one of these families and tell them that I have a loved one to bring back to them, but since we can't do that, I'm happy to tell them that we are continuously seeking justice, and we will not stop. This investigation is ongoing.
Again, this was an arraignment. It was not a bond hearing, just basically a first court appearance to outline the charges and determine whether Smith had access to legal counsel. So it only lasted just a few minutes. No major discussion of any of the major developments in this case. There was a sizable group of victims' family members who were appeared in court along with Smith, and they were there at least for the ability to lay eyes on the one man, the latest suspect, who is now added to that group of suspects accused of killing their loved ones. We're live in Orangeburg. Jack Kinsey, WIS News 10.
Thanks, Jack. And we have a full timeline and breakdown of the Holly Hill murders on our website. Go to WISTV.com and click on this story. Well, new details in a bank robbery that happened in Batesburg-Leesville. The suspect was caught on camera, and now police need your help identifying him. Around 10 o'clock this morning, this man walked into the BB&T on West Columbia Avenue and demanded money at gunpoint. Police describe him as a 5'10" to 6 foot tall black man with a medium build. He was wearing a lime green long sleeve sweatshirt, reflective vest, and work gloves. Police say the clothing is conducive to someone working in construction. Officials say no one was injured in this incident. They say this is the first time this branch has been robbed in 30 years.
We have not seen anything in the video that shows that anyone else was with him. He walked in alone, he walked out alone. We feel like we think he got into a vehicle parked about a half a block away by what we've determined, and so he was in a vehicle, but of course we don't know what kind of vehicle at this time.
Investigators still do not know how much cash was taken. If you have any information that can lead to an arrest, call Crime Stoppers 1-888-CRIME-SC. And that's also the number to call if you have any information about an attempted car theft in Richland County. Richland County deputies are looking for Christopher Anderson. They say on December 3rd, Anderson tried to steal a Ford F-350 that was parked at Capital City Cycles on Two Notch Road. The vehicle was damaged during the theft attempt. Again, call Crime Stoppers if you know anything that can help. Well, right now it is quitting time at the New York Stock Exchange. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is close to reaching another record high as it inches toward 20,000 points. Right now the Dow stands up a little more than 114 points. And today the opening bell, the Dow jumped 75 points. The Dow broke above 19,000 less than a month ago. Well, after weeks of rampant speculation, President-elect Donald Trump has finally announced his pick for America's top diplomat. Trump chose ExxonMobil CEO Rex Tillerson to be his Secretary of State. As Scott McLean reports, Tillerson is considered a heavyweight in the business world, but a political novice in the political realm.
Rex Tillerson's career doesn't sound unlike Donald Trump's, a lifelong businessman with no political experience, known for his ability to make a deal.
We just couldn't be more grateful that someone of Rex Tillerson's proven leadership and accomplishments been willing to step forward to serve our nation as our next Secretary of State.
With the top job at ExxonMobil, Tillerson brokered deals around the world on behalf of the oil giant. In a statement, the president-elect praised his, quote, tenacity, broad experience, and deep understanding of geopolitics, and said his relationships with leaders all over the world are second to none. But it's one of those relationships that's raising some eyebrows. Russian President Vladimir Putin awarded Tillerson the Russian Order of Friendship after brokering a deal concerning access to Arctic oil reserves. But because of U.S. sanctions, ExxonMobil has yet to profit from that deal.
The whole Russian connection with Tillerson is something that everyone needs to be a little bit cautious of. It does throw up some red flags. It has me both intrigued and a bit troubled.
And Florida Senator Marco Rubio has expressed concern about the nomination, saying the next Secretary of State must be someone who views the world with moral clarity, is free of potential conflicts of interest, has a clear sense of America's interests. Coming up next on your news at 4, we're going to take you to Charleston, where a judge and jury heard more testimony in the federal trial of accused church shooter Dylann Roof. A live report coming up after the break. Plus, music as medicine. We all know music has the power to lift your spirit. Coming up, how people dealing with mental and physical trauma are using it as a tool to heal.